Life's a ride, and not every mile is easy, but every mile can be redemptive. Welcome to Ride in Victory. I'm Pastor Dane Butler. This channel is where faith meets the open road. I share devotions, biblical insights, and my own healing journey right from the seat of my bike. Whether you're on two wheels or just trying to move forward in life, I invite you to ride with me toward truth, transformation, and healing in Jesus' name. All right, here we are again on another day. I missed the intro out of the neighborhood, but here we are getting some fuel for the body, and then I headed to the gym real quick. But I have a thought for today, and that's drawing from the book of John, the 8th chapter. And this was in my devotion this morning, and it just kind of it struck me and spoke to me, so I was going to share today. John chapter 8, beginning with verse 12. Then spake Jesus again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world, and he that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. So Jesus is saying that he is the light, and if you're going to walk in light, you're going to walk with him. If you don't walk with him, you can walk in darkness. You may remain in darkness without him. He is the source of light. We know that in him was the life, and he was the light of men. He was a light to the world. We know this. The Bible tells us that he is the light to the world. Light shining in darkness, and the darkness comprehends it not. We understand this, okay? But let's break it down in this context here of this particular passage in the narrative, understanding what comes before and what comes after. Okay, what comes before the focus verse and what comes after the focus verse? Well, in this same setting, we have Jesus teaching. He had gone from Mount of Olives, and now he is sitting at the temple, and he's teaching. There's a crowd of people around him, and this is something I haven't really seen before, but there's a crowd of people around him that he's teaching, and he is in the process of just speaking and doing his normal operation, if you will. And the Pharisees approach him with a woman. She's been caught in the act of adultery, and this is where that incredible story unfolds, where she's thrown at the feet of Jesus, and he says, he that is without sin cast the first stone. And so he says, I don't condemn you, go and sin no more. So all that has just happened, okay? It's just happened. You have all those accusers, the Pharisees, who had sat there accusing this woman. They've all left one by one, okay? They're no longer accusing her. They've left her. And now Jesus continues with the original group that was there after the Pharisees had dwindled a little bit, although I'm sure some still lingered, some were still present because it was the temple. All right. Well, there's Andy, and we are here this morning. So I will continue that thought in just a moment after we get this workout taken care of and we take care of the body here. But let me just end the thought with this, that we have this particular moment in history when Jesus has just given a woman a second chance at life. She should have been stoned, but God gave her grace and mercy. In this same moment, he then moves into this next statement of, I am the light of the world. Okay, I am the light of the world. And just in a few moments, we'll pick up on that statement there. I am the light. And anybody that follows me will not walk in darkness. Okay, so I'll come back with that thought in just a moment. All right, here we go again. We are off and rolling as we follow the light. All right, we are following the light of the world. The key is you got to follow the right light. Sometimes we follow the wrong light, and we have to use discernment. Some of those lights are used as a way to distract us, and stop us, and hinder us. We have to follow the right light. Okay, whew. We're going to take the long way home so we can continue in our thought here. Just a little bit of different scenery for today. So, as Jesus says he is the light, he says it in the context of not just followers. So, in that statement, follow the light, he's making it known, even in the circle of his haters, in the circle of those Pharisees, the few that remained. He's telling them, I am the light of the world. If you want to stay out of darkness, follow me. And the mental image that I got through this passage is when you follow somebody out in the wilderness someplace, desert, mountains, nature where there is no light, and you don't have the street lights, you don't have the artificial made lights of men, you can really become blinded by the darkness. And if somebody has a light, if somebody in your party has a light, you may not have one, but somebody in your party does, you're going to get as close to that person as possible, so that way you can benefit from their light. The further away you are from them, the less you benefit. And so if Jesus is my light, and I'm living in this dark world and there's darkness all around me, how am I going to overcome the darkness without light? And Jesus is that light that's going to overcome the darkness, that's going to overcome the encroaching, the approaching, let's use that word, the approaching darkness as it gets closer and closer and closer. With almost every day, the darkness seems to be increasing around us. And we do know this, that as sin abounds, grace does much more abound. So if there is darkness encroaching in around us, that's when the light shines brighter. And so if I'm closer to Jesus, his light is going to be shining brighter with the more darkness that I encounter. So the darkness is not necessarily a bad thing when you got the light. I mean, as long as you have the light, you can endure, encounter, survive, and thrive through any darkness as long as you have the light. The reason why we feel like the darkness is destroying us and really embracing us to the point to where we cannot even determine and discern which direction we're going, that's because we have removed ourselves from the source of our light. We have neglected that light. We haven't taken care of it. Like the 10 virgins, 5 were foolish, 5 were wise. 5 had enough oil in their lamps to keep the light going, and 5 did not. So I've got to make sure that I'm maintaining this light. I want to make sure that the light of the Lord is always on in my heart, in my mind, in my spirit. I want to make sure that the light of the Lord is always present, because I need that light every single day. I mean, if I don't access the light today, I'm going to find a moment where I don't know what to do. I'm going to be in darkness. I'm going to be confused. I'm going to be without wisdom. I'm going to be at a loss for words. I'm not going to have the right things to say because I haven't had the time with the light. I haven't turned the light on today. And many times we just haven't turned the light on. We have it on us. We have it present with us. There's batteries in it, right? But we just haven't turned it on. So yeah, I've got the source of light living inside of me. I've got the light of the world present with me. But do I always access that light? Do I ask the Lord what he thinks? Do I desire his opinion? Do I desire his touch and his guidance? Because he's going to guide me as he wants, not as I want. He's going to guide me as he sees fit, not necessarily always as I see fit. So today, I challenge you to access the light in your spirit. Don't forget to subscribe, ride, reflect, and live healed.